Good morning, guys. Welcome to a brand new video. It's Monday, and as you saw from the last video, we got a spot at the All Englands. So yeah, we are now under 10 weeks out. It's Darcy. Yeah, so it's good to have that uncertainty out of the way. Obviously, I started prep last week with the intention that I was going to get a spot, but I mean, I was fully prepared to miss out because I knew how popular it was going to be with how quickly it sold out last year. It sold out within a matter of hours last year, and then the competition itself turned out to be arguably the best competition put on by British powerlifting last year. So really happy that I managed to get a spot, and now we can focus solely on that competition in just under 10 weeks time. So yeah, we'll be on week 2 this week. Now at the end of this block I do go on holiday. I'm going to visit my mum in Spain, so that'll be sort of a built-in deload. We've got 2 blocks when we get back, the second of which ending on competition day. So yeah, like I said last week, my mindset has switched in the last few weeks. My intent going into sessions is, on point. I'm making sure every rep counts, every set counts, because that's what's gonna end in PBs on the platform. So yeah, I'm getting my sunlight in. It's I think it's about 6:45 now. There's no excuse in summer to make sure you're getting your sunlight and your movement in first thing in the morning. And it has a really positive effect, both physically and mentally. So that's something I'm going to be doing. It's something I'm quite in the habit of doing anyway, not just in prep. So I'll catch you in the gym later on. Hello, it's Michael from the future here. It's Tuesday. I'm on a walk again. I'll get to this week's training in a sec, but first there's an update to talk about. So last night, so Monday night, we got an email from the organisers saying that the English Powerlifting Association have decided to revoke the national status of the meet. Despite it being advertised as a national competition, having numerous sponsors, a qualifying total and all that. So yeah, the reason they've given the organisers from the Northwest is because they can't accommodate all the lifters that qualified. Now I, and pretty much everyone I've seen comment on this, think that's pretty stupid, to be fair, and absolute nonsense. Obviously every competition has to have a limit on the amount of lifters that it can accommodate. It just so happens that this competition is, very popular due to how it did last year. But basically, this just seems to punish the organisers, for doing things well and attracting loads of interest. But yeah, it's a bit silly. Let me know what you think about that. The general consensus is that, I won't get into it, but there's ulterior motives maybe. Basically now, it'll be a local meet, but just like a really well-ran one, and that has lifters from all over the country. And it'll be called the Manchester Open. Obviously it means there's no records can be set or anything like that, which doesn't affect me because obviously I wasn't looking for records or anything like that. But that's besides the point. Obviously the volunteers, they give up the time to make these competitions run, and as much of a spectacle as possible, and it just kind of like throws it back in the face. Now, do I think this would have happened if there weren't a large number of people who complained, sent DMs and stuff when they couldn't get a spot. Yeah, possibly. I think there was other ways to go about dealing with that. They could have just they could have just held their hands up and said, next year we'll have a bigger venue, we'll put it on over more days, blah blah blah. So more people could, more people could compete because it's such, so popular. But yeah, that's not what they decided to do for some reason. I just feel it'll put off anyone wanting to run a national competition to a high standard in the future. And obviously that's not ideal if we're trying to push powerlifting in Britain, to a point where it's rivaling some other countries, Obviously I'm still competing, nothing particularly changes for me. It's just, knowing the organisers and how hard they work, it just seems like it's a bit of a bummer for them. But anyway, we'll continue with the video, and here's Monday's training. Enjoy.
Yeah, it's been right. Yo, Conway, feel like I got these niggas in my scope right now. Fuck the fame, we only came for the bread. Told my homie it's a bonus if you aim for the head. You point a gun at him, he gon' say that ain't what he said. Plus the clip in it long as Wilt Chamberlain leg. Lost some homies, spent a couple birthdays in the feds. I met plugs, not just thugs, I met Haitians and dreads. You know the kicks that I'm lacing up red, you blazing up red.
Hit 205 for the single. Prescribed the 6. Probably a little bit undershot. Another 2 weeks to build on that. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Moved really well. And no adductor pains. Well, looking good. I've got a 3x5 with 160. So let's get that out of the way.
They're having, might run into some problems, might use some ratchets, might run into some cops wearing suits and badges. Never speak on what you saw, if you do, you ratting. Real legend, and I'm still plugged in with criminals. You catch a case, pray the judge get a minimal. I send it through your loved ones when they visit you. I live in a town where the love ain't reciprocal. Rock your enemy to sleep like the drama dead, and then walk up on them in a roster web. Who held the city down like a boat anchor? I got smokers in a room burning coat hangers. Smoking on sour, mixed with cookies. Revenge the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. I treated the kitchen like chemistry. We unwrap them, then we bag them individually. My intentions was good, but the money was evil. I'm Bugsy Siegel, cutting diesel, laying up at casinos. I got 100 clips, 100 straps, none of them legal. Tail on you, brick a C4 under your Regal. Hey, since I seen Nino shooting out with them Guidos, we go to weddings and got on vests under tuxedos. You the type to get your shit took and run to a seal. I'm the type to get your shit pushed and run to Toledo. It's like I was ready to be great, so this bread could get baked. Through your head, I just take my hand on this 8, like a man out this bait. These rap niggas get more weird by the day. I wake up like, what the fuck I'm going here about today? I was still in the hood, serving fiends like CVS. With a bracelet on my ankle, that's a GPS. They ain't beat me yet, fans still ain't meet me yet. James Bond hopping out that Aston Martin DBS. When you being mentioned with the baddest who's spitting, average niggas hating, ain't you, so they had you the villain? Mad in they feelings, probably cause the talent ain't in them. Not only that though, the passion ain't in them. Take it from me, look, my life way deeper than bars and hooks, pawns and rooks. This shit really hard as it look. If these walls could talk, they tell you how the raw was cooked and how we got to be stars from crooks. My first brick, rock your enemy to sleep like the drama dead, and then walk up on them in a roster web. Who held the city down like a boat anchor? I got smokers in a room burning coat hangers. Smoking on sour, mixed with cookies. Revenge the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. I treated the kitchen like chemistry. We unwrap them, then we bag them individually. You already know, nigga. You already know, walls closing in on niggas, man. Yeah, it's me. It's me.
Took my top set 5 with 97.5. Just bumped it up 2.5 kilos from last week because I'm not used to top sets of 5 on bench, so yeah. And then had my fatigue single with 110. That felt fine. That was up 5 kilos from last week. No dramas there. Now I've got 3x5 with 87.5. Then we pull.
I ain't telling my story in third person. No, I'm hands on. I'm hands on, my nigga. Yeah.
Yeah. My mind state feel like the crime in the summertime. Higher than average, lot of cabbage. Thank God I never abide by the established guidelines that keep niggas inside of fabrics. Commissioned by the state, I skate by the masters like Yoo-hoo with a new riding passenger. Shout out Oak Cliff, I'm about to fly to Dallas. Decade from now, I might just buy the Mavericks. What up, Mark Cuban? I am only part human, half man, half amazing. Plus I'm good at math like I'm Asian. Hate to use stereotypes, but that's light compared to what a nigga get from Caucasians. No race baiting, treat the beat like PlayStation. Report
255 for my single. Went okay. Like, could have been a bit faster, but while I'm still getting used to SBD days, and especially like today, like the gym started getting quite muggy. Pretty warm right now. Pros and cons of working out in a warehouse gym. It gets absolutely freezing in the winter, and any sign of the heat, and it's dead hot. So yeah, there's no air conditioning or anything like that in here, so you get a nice sweat on. But yeah, not too bad. Yeah, 255. So yeah, we've got one set of 5. I can't remember what the back downs are, and then we're done.
Fat pitch and crack, not really. This is not the 80s, don't be silly. Now we push pills and sell heroin to Billy. Now Billy mama want the judge to pardon his addiction. How many black addicts that got caught up in the system? With no side stories on your primetime television, I can smell a blatant contradiction. Man, listen. Don't wanna fuck up my vibe, listen it on a positive note. Come see me live, KOD, album of the year, undebatably.